Happy Monday and welcome to the Blue Lightning AI Daily Podcast for Monday, October 6th, 2025. I'm Zane, and yes, today's episode was assembled with AI. If you hear a tiny glitch, that's our robo-producer getting excited.
And I'm Pippa. If the waveform hiccups, just pretend it's a lo-fi vibe. Today, OpenAI's DevDay 2025. Big stack of updates for creators, apps, agents, video, code, voice, images. It's a lot, but we've got you.
The headline for me:
OpenAI is turning ChatGPT into a platform, not just a single assistant. This is about workflows, not demos. OpenAI's DevDay hub lays out the whole slate and timelines. They're framing it as a more programmable, multimodal layer for production work.
Yeah, it's giving operating system for creative work. Let's start with apps in ChatGPT. Not plugins apps. They live inside ChatGPT on desktop, mobile, and web. Fewer tabs. Less context switching. For agencies and studios, that's chef's kiss.
What's new versus the plugin era? Distribution and permissions. You can treat these like first-class components with org-level controls. That's been a blocker for teams who can use what with which data. Now it sounds like you can deploy domain-specific tools to a whole team without duct tape.
It's kind of like if Notion widgets and Slack bots had a baby, but the baby lives in ChatGPT and can show custom UI, call tools, and keep context. So, creators, think style guide checkers, shot list builders, brand asset browsers right in the chat.
Speed versus quality? This is a speed play. It doesn't magically make outputs better, but it reduces friction in the pipeline. If you do 50 context switches a day, that's real-time savings.
Who's threatened? Honestly, lightweight AI utilities with Chrome extensions. If those features show up as native-feeling apps inside ChatGPT, a lot of point tools lose the convenience edge.
Next, agents. OpenAI announced Agent Kit and an Agents SDK for building policy-aware, auditable AI agents. The emphasis is multi-step planning, tool use, sandboxing, and observability. OpenAI's new tools for building agents post is very clear. This is for production, not toy scripts.
Finally, some grown-up supervision for agents. I love the observability bit. If an agent fetches a brief, edits a script, and pushes assets into your DAM, you want a paper trail, and rollback, and a big red stop button.
Exactly. This formalizes patterns that teams have hacked together with LangChain, CrewAI, Swarm. If OpenAI's SDK is stable and potentially open source per their post, that could standardize best practices across teams. An Agent Kit sounds like a ready-made toolkit for common actions and integrations.
For creators, imagine an asset wrangler agent pulls selects, names files on your scheme, runs basic QC, generates alt text, flags off brand colors, drops everything into the right folders. No more folder goblins. Buy goblins.
Availability looks like early access and previews, with governance front and center. That's the theme today. More power, more guardrails.
Speaking of power, Sora 2 is coming to the API. OpenAI says better realism, longer durations that don't drift, and more controllability. And they're pushing safety layers and attribution for brand-safe rollouts. Reuters reported a same-day collab with Mattel to test Sora 2 in concept development. That's real enterprise signal.
Yeah, Reuters called out Mattel exploring sketch-to-video concepting. That's pre-pro meets production. The Sora 2 system card from OpenAI also outlines red team testing and staged access, which is important. No throw it out there and hope.
For my YouTube people, this isn't instant feature film. It's pre-visualization, animatics, mood boards with motion. For marketers, fast variations for campaign ideation. For indie filmmakers, previs shots and tone tests before you book a crane.
Competitors, Runway Gen-3 and Pika are strong on speed and creative control. If Sora 2 nails physics and consistency with API-level control, that's a serious push toward production tools. But remember, availability is staged, so you might be on a waitlist. Don't rip out your Runway Pika workflow yet.
Benchmarks. Not really public apples to apples yet, but the trend is clear. Model tiers for concept versus finish. Which brings us to GPT Image 1 Mini. It's the fast and cheap tier for daily assets. Think 10 banner variations now.
Right. It's optimized for throughput and brand-safe filtering. Not the one you'd use for a hero key art at 8K, but perfect for mood boards, thumbnails, A/B tests. Lighter tier for speed, heavier tier for final polish. This matches how teams actually work.
Also in the Go Faster bucket, GPT-realtime-mini. Sub-second voice and text, barge in, clean turn-taking. This is huge for live creative direction and streaming. If you're a Twitch creator, imagine a real-time co-host that can pull references, cue sound effects, or even control scenes without stepping on your lines.
Compared to other real-time systems, think Google's Project Astra demos or 11 Labs live tools, this one's tightly integrated with OpenAI's real-time API and tool calling. The magic is voice plus tools plus context in one loop. For stage performances, museum installs, or interactive demos, that's a big unlock.
Slight tangent. This also means better UX in AI voice. Bargain stops the polite robot monologue. Fast vibes, not voicemail vibes. Love it.
Let's talk code. Codex is back as a dedicated code model family, focused on real-time editing, cross-file reasoning, and integrated testing. This matters for creative teams building custom tooling, media pipelines, or interactive experiences.
Coders are going to ask, how's this different from just using a general GPT model? Two things, predictability and tooling. Codex is pitched for production code bases. Fewer creative detours, more do the diff, run the test, don't hallucinate an API.
It pairs naturally with agents, give an agent bounded authority to fetch context, propose changes, run tests, and submit PRs. Think GitHub Copilot meets a compliance-friendly release coordinator.
And now the big brain. GPT-5 Pro in the API. OpenAI frames it as stronger multi-step reasoning, structured outputs, and fewer hallucinations. Their GPT-5 page talks about long context analysis and orchestration for complex tasks. That's perfect for producers wrangling interviews, briefs, legal, brand guides, and timelines.
Important nuance. Benchmarks vary by task, but the direction is reliability and control surfaces. If you're building multi-agent systems or you need consistent JSON outputs and tool calls, this is the tier you try.
I can hear folks asking, must-have or nice-to-have? Rapid fire. Apps in ChatGPT must-have if your team already lives in ChatGPT. Agents SDK. Must-have for any studio trying to automate repeatable tasks safely. Sora 2 API, nice to have today, probably must-have for previs within a year. Codex, must-have if your product is shipping, nice to have if you're tinkering. GPT-5 Pro, must-have for orchestration-heavy work, overkill for simple prompts. Realtime-mini, must-have for streamers and performers, nice to have for everyone else. Image 1 Mini, must-have for social teams on deadlines.
Availability. A lot is preview or staged. Apps inside ChatGPT are rolling out with emphasis on org distribution and permissions. Agents SDK is available with production-oriented guidance on observability and guardrails. OpenAI's post details it. Sora 2 is staged via API. GPT-5 Pro is previewed for API use. Image and real-time tiers are available through OpenAI's real-time and image endpoints depending on your access. Expect quotas and policy checks.
Price. Not fully clear yet. The mini labels usually mean cheaper per token or per generation. Realtime Mini should be cost-friendly for live apps. Sora 2 video pricing TBD, and probably premium at first. Plan for experiments, not a full switch on day one.
Risks and limits, guardrails. Sora 2's system card notes restrictions around photorealistic people and minors content, with attribution and safety layers. That's great for brand safety, but it can constrain certain creative concepts. For agents, policy boundaries and sandboxing mean you may have to explicitly grant tool power. It won't just work without setup. That's the trade-off for accountability.
Token caps. OpenAI's talking long context for GPT-5 Pro, but they haven't plastered a single magic number everywhere. If your scripts run over 400 pages, maybe still chunk your workflow. And watch for watermark.attribution requirements on video. OpenAI keeps hinting at attribution, so plan your pipeline for it.
Competitively, Google's pushing Gemini across docs and mobile. Anthropic strong in reasoning and artifacts for structured outputs. Runway and Pika are sprinting in text-to-video. Adobe's Firefly remains deep in the creative suite. OpenAI's angle is consolidation, apps plus agents plus models in one platform with org controls. If they execute, that's a moat.
Bigger trend watch. Voice first and agentic workflows. Realtime Mini plus agents is the AI stage manager moment. Also, model tiering Mini for iteration, Pro for final. That mirrors real creative life. Sketch, refine, deliver.
Let's make it practical. Daily YouTuber, apps for thumbnail variants and script punch-ups. Image 1 Mini for speed, Realtime Mini as a live co-host for Q&A, agents to auto-chop long videos into shorts, upload, and write descriptions within policies.
Podcaster. Realtime Mini for live call-ins with smart screening, GPT-5 Pro to fact-check, Codex to splice an audio pipeline that normalizes levels and exports, agents to push to your host, generate show notes, and clip socials safely.
Design team, Image 1 Mini for mood boards and quick comps, apps to enforce brand palettes and type scales, agents to file assets, label, and prep exports. Sora 2 for motion looks and pitch decks.
Indie filmmaker. Sora 2 for previs and storyboards in motion, agents to manage shot lists and continuity notes. GPT-5 Pro wrangling research and grant applications. And yeah, still keep Runway or Pika in the kit until access opens up.
Quick reality check on maturity. Agents and apps will need real governance work. Someone on the team should own policies, tool scopes, and audit. Treat this like production software, not a Friday script.
Meme time. Picture the DevDay slide deck caption. We heard you like apps, so we put apps in your chat so your agents can app while you chat. Too much? I'll see myself out.
Ha. Before you go, sources. OpenAI's DevDay hub outlines the platform push. Their new tools for building agents post covers Agent Kit and the Agents SDK. The Sora 2 system card explains safety and rollout, and Reuters reported Mattel's Sora 2 collaboration. OpenAI's GPT-5 page frames the reasoning upgrades.
If you're deciding what to try first, start with apps in ChatGPT for quick wins, then a small, scoped agent like an asset tagger with observability turned on. Keep your current video tools, and pilot Sora 2 when you get access.
That's the show. If this episode inspired a prototype or a tiny existential crisis, let us know. And remember, bits of this were generated with AI. We keep the glitches in so you can hear the future with us.
Thanks for listening to the Blue Lightning AI Daily Podcast. Hit up bluelightningtv.com for the latest news and our video tutorials on your favorite AI tools. Catch you next time.